What up, YouTube? It's your boy, Will Ryder, back at you in the video. And today we are going to talk about the Maker Knife that I got from Geico whatever, and the new one that I got recently has second running of it, and the few changes that were made in between the two. So I got my new Maker Knife in the mail from Geico whatever. You can see his logo there. And I love it. I bought the original one, the Mark 1. I don't know if they call it Mark 1 or this is the Mark 2, but I like to think so because there are some changes in them. And the first thing I had to do was modify the retaining clip here. It was square, and I have to round it out to fit the round bevels in my blades to make it lock in place. Because it being square, it didn't work with these blades, and these are the only blades I have. And the ones I looked at, I didn't see anyone that were actually square in here. There's another one. You can see it's quite round. I'm sure if I got the upgraded ceramic blades, it'd be a different story, but a little rough on this, and I'd probably break that. Something else that I did, this is the Duresta version. Let's make these even here. The clip, I didn't like the clip here. So I took it off, lost a few screws. There are some extra in the other box. I don't know where the box is for the original one here. So that was first thing I did was take off the clip of this one. After doing that, and the next thing I did was for the adjustments, even though there's some Loctite on the friction for opening it, and then the little screw down there for the closing it friction, it didn't really work well, so I filled the holes up with super glue, and I did the same thing on this one here. I added some water to help it cure a little faster. That's why it's white on this one here. And this one was the tiniest little bit of super glue, but now I got to, nice. I don't like to be able to flick it out, and I do carry it in my pocket, so I don't want the blade to fall out. So I got the friction going out very stiff, but coming in very easy. And if you don't have one of these Maker knives, it's like pretty impressive how well that locks in, but just closes with a little bit of effort. Almost no effort whatsoever. I mean, it's like nothing. So, like I was saying, first thing I did was get rid of this. But I wanted the clip on this one. So what I did was, I took it off. And I put it on the other side, like that. And the reason behind this is because I put it in my pocket, my little fifth pocket thing that was for a pocket watch back in the days, I think, or change. So I could slide it in there, and when I pull it out, when I have it in my hand like this, you know, I flip it. Why is that sticking? I flip it out, and it's ready to cut something. Before, with the clip on this side, when I pull it out of my pocket, because the clip's on this side, open it up and the blade is upside down. So this suits me better. Don't know about you. Something I forgot to mention before. Let's look at the one of the changes that I've noticed in this. Let me take this. Okay, so this is the old one. This is the new one. And you can kind of see the for the retainer clip, it's way more beefed up on the new one than it is the old one. It's only got this little tiny triangle there cut out, vice that square that's cut out there. This made things a little difficult because to round this corner off, to do the to make it fit in there and bevel those corners, is like got to really push it out so I can get my little grinder in there. I just used a little Dremel wheel tool So in this one it was a little more difficult, but I got it. I used some tiny files too for this one. Forgot to mention this earlier. It's just beautiful how easy it is for this to come apart too, and you kind of see the inner workings to it and how good their I can't remember what he calls it, EDC I think, electronic discharge something or other, some kind of laser cutter he uses to make these. Very simple little tool. This is the little retaining pin. You have to have that slammed down just enough to keep it from coming out. As beautiful this is in this one, I really like the Duress one here because I'm a big fan of Duress. Also a big fan of Geico. But I wanted to personalize this and, you know, make it my own. So I myself just got a laser cutter, so I thought I would do some, I don't know, some laser etching on it to kind of like make it mine. So that's what I did here. Put a little EGA in there so that you can globe and anchor. Represents the Marine Corps, which, you know, I'm a Marine, so it makes sense. And then wasn't satisfied enough, so I went back and I did some more to it. Did some more laser etching stuff. You know, maybe something like this. A little dragon on there. But now this side's blank. Let me put something on here too. Oh, Terresta would have fit really nice right there. On the dragon went. Kind of screwed that up. But I got other spaces. So I think that's better. I think Jimmy would like that. I got more room for different makers that I like. You know, Bob, he likes to make stuff. Bob and Jimmy do a podcast with David Picciuto, so maybe make something. His channel could go on here. Really like it. A lot of room. I mean, I can even do this up here. I would have put Geico whatever on here, but he's already got his name and logo on the knife. Love the knife. I hope the Mark III or third iteration, if he does it. I know he's working on something big from his daily vlogs that he just started. His channel's not dead. Always be a subscriber. Always watch his stuff. I don't know if they're going to keep making this. I know he's done a lot of stuff in his new shop there. A lot of new equipment that he got. I don't know if they have the capabilities to make these, especially with the EDC cutting on it. I hope so. I know I've seen a lot of CNC machine stuff in there, but I don't know if they have what they need to make these. And the trips to China, I'm sure, are killing him and the guys working with him. Really love this knife. Looking forward to the Mark III with a few changes. Round these corners out on the little retainer for the blade. I don't know why the clip is on the other side. I'm trying to think of how, if I clipped on the outside of my belt, I guess it would make sense, but it doesn't feel secure, so whether it's in my pocket or inside of the belt, it feels like the clip should be on this side, not the opposite side. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. And I appreciate you watching. I will see you next time with something a little better, hopefully.